Hey Pisces, welcome to your financial success reading where we'll take a look at your relationship with money and how to improve it. So we're going to start first by pulling an oracle card and seeing what energy is surrounding this reading for you. So the first card we have out for you is plan. Anticipate setbacks and failures. Plan for these. Don't let them drain your energy. Use them as fuel to go after your dreams. Let's grab another oracle card and see what other energy is surrounding you guys. What other energy is surrounding my Pisces collective for their financial success reading? And what we have for you is Cher Wang. Compete in the market, not the spotlight. Enough about me. Tomorrow's breakthrough starts day to day. So for my Pisces collective out there, what it feels like is that wherever your money is going to come from, whatever is going to build your wealth and abundance is going to come from very deliberate steps. This is not a situation where, you want to just sort of be recognized for what it is that you do. That will come in time. But I think that at least initially, there's going to be a need for you to lay a very stable foundation. And that is looking sort of holistically at what it is that you're doing to bring in money and sort of mapping out what that looks like. So with the plan card and then looking at the day to day, it's like, what steps do you need to get to your ultimate goal when it comes to your financial success? It's always okay to sort of look downstream and say, this is what I ultimately want to have. If you want to make $100,000 a year, if you want to be a billionaire, if you want to create a new business, that's wonderful. You have your end game in sight, but you also can't lose track of what you need to do on sort of a daily basis and make sure that you're being consistent with that to actually get there. So I think a lot of times people sort of fall into that trap of, oh, I want this. And they don't think about like the path that they actually need to take to get there, those baby steps. Okay, well, let's say that you're a salesperson. I want to sell 100,000 computers, right? So you don't think about the day to day, like, this is how I'm going to advertise my business. This is who I'm going to touch base with in order to make sales. I'm going to make sure that I have my contracts ready. This is how I'm going to make sure that I have inventory. So, what happens if there's a competitor that comes on the market or if there's a problem in manufacturing? So those are sort of like the minutia that you need to plan for. So not at all saying that you can't get to your goal of financial success. It's almost a matter of incorporating some practical considerations into it as well. But let's get into some tarot and see if we can get some additional messages from Spirit for my Pisces collective. And we're going to start first by taking a peek at your current financial status. Where are you guys right now? We have the Page of Wands. So pages are messenger cards. And so I think for my Pisces out there that there is some sort of signal, some sort of indication that's coming in that's a little bit intriguing for you, that's a little bit exciting, something that you may not necessarily have acted on, but you are considering at this point. It feels like there's a need for more information, maybe to figure out how things are going to work. So, if you're looking to improve your money, I think that the opportunity is there and it's something, that you're looking into, but it doesn't feel like you're in a particularly bad place. We have the Sun card to clarify. So it's like, yeah, I'm doing okay, but I could do better. And maybe this is an opportunity that's coming along for me to do so. So why are you in this energy right now when it comes to your money? So we have, a little bit of contentment, but we have an opportunity that's kind of popping up. We have the Five of Cups. So this is a card that really represents a little bit of regret, a little bit of wistfulness, some remorse, crying over spilled milk. I think that you don't want to miss this opportunity that's coming along. Like, you don't want to have received it and not do anything with it and come to find out, years down the road that it's something that has blown up. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's almost as if like it's intriguing, but you're unsure about it. You're not at that point where it's like, oh, I'm all in, I'm super excited. But at the same time, you do not want to potentially lose out on something good. And quick story. So I heard about Bitcoin back in June of 2007, and I thought it was a scam. And because I was like, I don't understand this electronic money, these digital coin. What is a Bitcoin? Nobody takes it. Like, I can't pay my light bill with Bitcoin. So fast forward a couple of years ago, I played myself and did one of those Bitcoin calculators where it's like, if you had invested X amount in this year, then you would have X amount now. And y'all, let me tell you, I was like, oh, okay, maybe $1,000. What if I'd invested $1,000 in June of 2007 when Bitcoin first came out? And it came back that at that point in time, I would have made $700 million. And do you know, I closed my laptop and cried like tears, real tears. And then I'm pretty sure that I went and got a cheesesteak. I missed an opportunity, right? And so since then, I've been like, you know what? Even if something's intriguing, I'm going to research it. I'm going to look into it more because, y'all, I do not want to lose out on another $700 million. So I feel like that's sort of where you are right now, is that, there may be something here, but there's a lot of uncertainty. So you're not just, going all out and getting out of pocket like, oh yeah, we got to do this right now. It's almost like, okay, let's see. I got questions. I got some more information about this. Now, how you can sort of get out of that space, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that you're going to have to take a little bit of time to let things unfold, because this is a card of fate changing. I do think that there is going to be some information that comes your way that's going to allow you to make a more informed decision. And we have the Chariot. So the signs look pretty good for you, Pisces, to move forward with this opportunity. You're going to have to, I think, get a little bit out of this distrustful phase, but it's going to require you doing the work to figure out what's required of you, what this day-to-day looks like, what you have to invest in it, if there's anything that you need to sort of do on a regular basis, plan for contingencies, right? So maybe figuring out how much money, how much time, how much effort you want to actually put into, this opportunity on a consistent basis. But if you're able to map that out in a way that makes you feel more comfortable, then it looks like you're okay to move forward. Now, something that you can learn about money and finances through this process, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And so what it feels like is that you will know that this opportunity is right for you when it does not feel like a burden. It's not something that should be stressful. And it's also not going to be something that requires you to constantly give. Like you're not going to have to drain yourself in order to see something positive coming out of this. So, there's always this thought that making money should be hard. It's always going to be an uphill battle. And I feel like Spirit is saying, no, it doesn't have to be like that. When the opportunity is right for you, when it's meant for you, you'll know it, and it will come with ease. You'll be able to move forward and pursue it in a way that is comfortable for you, in a way that makes sense for you, and in a way that makes you feel good overall. Now, something you can change about the way that you handle money. In this particular instance, Pisces, it's forward movement. So we have the Eight of Wands, which is very much an action card. And so you've had two of them come out so far in this reading. We have the Chariot and we have the Eight of Wands. So again, this is not you just jumping into something. This is you collecting the data. This is you planning for everything, looking at those little details, but moving forward as you sort of process. And we also have that clarified by the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords in reverse. I think this is you being decisive, you not worried about being disappointed, because you know that you have done your work. You have done the due diligence that's required for you to take advantage of this opportunity. So there's really not a need for stress or worry, to come into this decision making. You're smart. You've done your job. You've done everything right that you need to do in this case. And so there shouldn't be anything that sort of holds you back. Now, how you can create a better relationship with your money going forward throughout this process. How can my Pisces create a better relationship? All right, well, we got these two. We have the Empress card in reverse, and we also have the Fool. So this is interesting. We have this card with the Empress. It's all about sort of nurturing, bringing new life into something, but we also have that clarified by the Fool, which is really about taking a leap of faith, going into the unknown without any baggage or clutter. And so I feel like for you to be able to change your relationship with money, that you have to maybe get out of the mindset that you have to just wreck yourself in order to get any sort of abundance, in order to accrue any wealth. And I'm not saying that you need to, sort of just sit in bed and pop bonbons and wait for the dollars to fall from the sky. That's not the case, but you don't have to break your back to do it. At least not in this instance. In this instance, it's just about taking a chance based on the information that you have already gained. So having a little bit of faith in yourself, in that you've done your homework, you've planned for whatever. You've planned for success. You've planned for maybe some challenging times. You understand your bandwidth, what you're willing to give, what you're not willing to give, and you're moving forward anyway. So there's a lot of action in these cards, Pisces. So when this opportunity comes your way, it feels like it's in your best interest to do a little bit of investigating and, make sure that you are able to sort of process and move forward with it. Now, something in your life that you already have in abundance, we have the Nine of Swords Nine of Swords upright and the Knight of Cups in reverse. And so I almost feel as though that you have already sort of passed this point where you are stressing about things, right? So looking at the Nine of Swords, that's really a card about restlessness, anxiety, having sleepless nights. And the Knight of Cups in reverse represents sort of the absence of emotions, right? Where you're kind of numb to things. I do think that with all of these wands that we've seen in your spread, that you're starting to awaken, that it's been, I think, a little bit of a slow path because you have been content. I don't think you've asked for very much when it comes to your finances. It's almost like, yeah, if I have enough to pay my bills, if I have, a little bit extra to have fun with, then I'm cool with that. But it almost feels as though it's starting to not be enough, only because you have been presented with this other opportunity that's come towards you. And so now it's a matter of, am I really content where I am? I'm thinking about it. Maybe things could be even better. And so I feel as though you're coming out of whatever energy you had that was, sort of keeping you, I don't want to say stuck, because it wasn't necessarily a bad place to be in, but allowing yourself the desire for more seems like what's coming out for you. So another message from Spirit: I can always tell a different financial abundance story. What everyone else has or does not have has nothing to do with you. The only thing that affects your experience is the way you utilize the non-physical energy with your thoughts. Your abundance or lack of it in your responses has nothing to do, in your experience, has nothing to do with what anybody else is doing or having. It only has to do with your perspective. It only has to do with your offering of thought. If you want your fortunes to shift, you have to begin selling a different story. So again, I think that for my Pisces collective, you're coming out of this energy of sort of just being content with where you are and thinking that there might be more that life has to offer by way of abundance, by way of wealth, a different way of making money. And now you're starting to open up to the possibility of exploring that, but you don't want to do anything recklessly, which is where all of this planning comes in for you. So I do feel, Pisces, that you're going to be thoughtful in this process. And ultimately, you're going to make the decision to move forward. You're going to test the waters and see what it can get you. But it's not something that you're willing to give up your peace for, which is a good thing. And you shouldn't. But I suspect that as you move forward, you will see that it's actually a quite comfortable place for you. To be shifting your money in a more positive way. And I think it's something that over time you'll build an excitement and you'll see the results of that coming in. So that's what I got from my Pisces collective. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one.